Alright, when I'm done, I'll make sure to pan the camera so you can see Andrew's bench press. I guess Andrew weighs 185 today. He says he's RX plusing it. I think it's because he hasn't pooped today yet, so that's why he weighs 185. What's going on, guys? Welcome back for another workout where we can watch me suffer on bench press and wall balls. I know you're stoked. I know you're so stoked. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. We're out from 3, 2, 1. Pick up that bench press, Jacob. Okay, what are we doing here? We are doing, this is probably the first time I've done wall balls in a month. And Andrew thought it would be really funny to make me do a 30. You're about to see your old boy struggle on them wall balls. So we are doing 5 rounds for time of 10 bench press at body weight, okay? Over the handstand obstacle, so ramp, stairs, or I'm sorry, stairs to ramp, and then 20 wall balls at a 30 pound, and then back over the obstacle the opposite direction, so now I'm going ramp, then, I'm sorry, yeah, ramp, then stairs. I always get this mixed up. And that's 1 round. And so we're doing that for 5 rounds. We're gonna do a 15-minute time cap, which if you do quick math, puts you at 2 minutes and 30 seconds per round, if my math's correct. No, 3 minutes a round. I'm sorry, guys, 3 minutes a round. Math is hard. Puts you at 3 minutes a round. I have a board over there next to my chalk bucket and my spit trash can that I tried for, I was shooting for 10 minutes. I wanted to get 10 minutes. I thought, man, I think I can do 2 minutes a round. What I didn't factor in was how hard the bench press was gonna get. Like the first round, it's easy to get sub 2 minutes because you know you're doing unbroken bench press. But when it starts compounding and the bench press starts compounding, you're doing more and more bench press, and then you gotta lock out your arms and keep yourself over an obstacle, and the wall ball's pressing out. I now sound like I'm complaining a lot, but I wasn't able to keep it. But I was pretty close. So, like I mean, looking at now, I was able to finish like 135. So it gives me plus 25 seconds to jerk around with, but I wasted that quickly. So, good little workout. Let's talk about scaling options for those of you that might be attempting it. So first of all, the bench press is at body weight. If you're not good at bench press, or if sometimes, I don't know if females do body weight bench press, usually it's like 0.75, I believe. So take that into consideration. If you're not great at bench press, then just choose a percentage. Or if it's even easier, you know, if you're doing it with your friends, choose a percentage to make it standardized across the board. But if you are doing it by yourself, just choose a weight you feel comfortable with. It should be the weight you choose should be a weight that you could probably do the first round unbroken, but you're probably not going to keep doing it unbroken. Like, if you did all 5 rounds unbroken, then you probably went way too light on the bench press. Although the opposite of that is if it takes you, if your first sets, if you have to 3-set the first round, then it's probably too heavy. So just bear that in consideration. So my body weight right now, I'm bench pressing 195. Andrew, for some reason, was bench pressing 185. I think he weighs 175. If you listen to him in the video before that I put in before this, he talks about how he's RX plusing it. But he weighs 175, but you 185. That's totally fine. Like if it's the goal of the workout is to keep moving quickly, I don't super recommend you go heavier in the bench press unless you're like the most amazing bench presser in the world. Then maybe give yourself a challenge. But I would choose probably body weight. That's usually pretty common for weight on the bench presses you can do. That's easy to do in the beginning, and then it compounds and gets harder. So that's bench press. That's me struggling an obstacle. Then the obstacle, obviously, if you don't have an obstacle, like we've always talked about, maybe try first of all, just try handstand walking. So if you're just doing a handstand walk, I would say just handstand walk 20 to 25 feet. 25 feet is usually the open standard. But obviously you can tell I'm not handstand walking 25 feet. It's just an obstacle, so it's I'm not doing this much distance, but I'm going up, so it's kind of like I'm not going to go 25 feet. I think the distance of the obstacle itself is let's see, you can kind of count mats there. It's probably 12 feet overall from end to end. So if you don't have a handstand obstacle, I would say handstand walk 25 feet. Still pretty solid. If you feel comfortable doing an obstacle, throw a plate out there. Like I've talked about, handstand walk over a plate, handstand walk over a barbell, handstand walk over anything. I mean, your dog, your cat, doesn't matter. Just pick something that's gonna make you focus on body position and awareness of where you're at in space. And that's really only the goal, right? It isn't, you don't have to have an expensive obstacle or anything of that nature. You can just put up jerk blocks. It doesn't even matter what you have. Put up plates. Doesn't matter. Find something cheap. Put a Frito-Lay's bag out there. Yes, that's right. I said a Frito-Lay's bag. It's because this episode is sponsored by Frito-Lay's. I'm just kidding. It's not. But put anything out there to make you focus on where you're walking. That's super easy to do. Like, just find something. It doesn't have to be something expensive. Like, people always think like, oh, I need to, spend this money to get this. Well, for me, maybe a little bit because I might compete with this in the near future. But for you, if you're not going to the regionals, even if you're, or the games, but you're still going to sanctionals, you may not even need to have this. Just focus on body position and awareness and just throw something random out there. Like walk around, do a slalom through some cones. Like it's so easy to set up. You don't need an expensive obstacle. So that's the handstand obstacle. Scaling options for that after I talked about that. The wall ball, obviously if 30 pounds too heavy, 30 for males, 20 for females, then just drop it. Do 20 pounds for males and 14 for females. It's very easy to scale that. I would say, I know Andrew dropped it once or twice, but I don't think he didn't drop it because he was exhausted. He dropped it because it was, if you can tell, it's really humid these days, and I believe the ball slipped out of his hands. And actually near the final rounds, you actually see me use that towel off to the right of my ball and wipe my ball down because it was getting slippery. He was right. So I could totally see it slipping through your hands. So I would choose a wall ball weight that is doable for probably the first 2-3 rounds in Broken. If that's 30 pounds, great. If that's 20 pounds, awesome. Like just choose a weight that fits what you need to do. You don't want to get stuck in the, I'm resting before I'm picking the ball up because I want you to continually move this workout, right? I'm resting before I pick this ball up a lot, and I'm also dropping it every 10 reps or dropping it every 7 reps. Like just the intensity, the goal is that you are moving through this workout and attacking that handstand obstacle with a little bit of ferocity. Like you want to like jump on it and go after it. Like you don't want to rest a whole lot. Now I realize I am resting, like right here. And that's mainly because I'm trying to wipe my hands off, to be honest. Now, if it was cold or cool outside during this workout, I might be a little bit faster. Like you'd be surprised how much heat or humidity can affect your workout times. I mean, it truly can, especially when it comes to grip intensive or workouts where the sweat on your hands can really affect how you do. Let's see here, what else? Some of those wall balls are probably pretty good. I'm compensating for my right knee by putting my legs a little wider than normal. If you guys have watched me do wall balls in the past and you're watching me now, that's probably a little bit wider. And so because I'm widening my feet out, it's allowing me to not hit, like it's allowing me to kind of get that stimulus of squatting, but I'm not really going really deep because I can't because I'm widening my legs out, right? And so some of these are probably, there I am wiping the ball. And so some of these are probably not to parallel, and that's fine. Like, that's okay. I know what parallel feels like when I need to go to parallel. Right now, the goal is to get this knee healthy for the games, and, I don't need to blow it out on 30-pound wall balls before it, so, I'm just going to do what I need to do and focus on just that movement there. And now we're handstand walking. Let's see, how did I approach this workout? Let's talk about that. So dude, I'm straddling this thing. How I approach this workout. I want to go as unbroken as possible in this bench press. Like I mentioned, my goal is 10 minutes. And in order to do that, I had to go unbroken on a few sets and then probably 2-set a few. But unfortunately, I had to 2-set 4 of them, which is fine. Like, it's probably good. Like, if I went unbroken on every single set, like, I probably was too light, like I mentioned. Like, I probably should have made it heavier. It's fine to set goals for yourself before a workout that, looking back, are somewhat probably unrealistic because you tend to attack them, right? when Andrew writes a workout for me, I tend to write down my goals. So what's my goal for this workout? What time do I want to accomplish? What do I want to finish in this workout? What's my intensity? What do I want to do? And I will set down time. I'll sit down and write down every movement, and I'll write down what times I think it'll take for each one, transition times, the whole 9 yards. Because it's good to practice that, because, you know, come the open or come the games, you're pretty, you know yourself well enough to know, okay, I've done a workout like this similar, I wasn't able to keep that split, I wasn't able to keep that time, but I know I can do this. Or, you know, maybe that's a little too fast, I should tone it down and focus on this more. And so it's good to write times down and have goals like that, because it's important that you use that data per se in the future when you really need it. And so my goal for this workout was 10 minutes, just 2 minutes a round. In the first 2 rounds, I was able to accomplish that. I wasn't able to hold on to that. And that's mostly because, you know, fatigue set in for my overhead positioning, because I'm pressing for the wall ball, and I'm pushing down and pressing on a handstand. As you can tell, like, I failed that stair portion twice. And so that, you know, I didn't look at the clock, but that 10 seconds that I failed there is important in the long run compared to my time and having that. So, solid workout. If you guys give it a shot, tag me in it. As you guys know, all my programming is, of course, through Midwest Made, which Andrew and I both, he writes the programming, I do it. I help him I don't really help him write it, but I'll like put my 2 cents in every now and again for some of these workouts, solid workouts. If you guys have questions concerning my programming, feel free to like comment down below, message me. I have my website usually tagged. It's pretty much everywhere. You can pretty much find it. It's very easy. We actually have, I think we're probably one of the only few companies where I will show my complete programming to everybody. One of the few companies that sells games athlete programming, where you can buy my exact programming and you have my times and everything. Like, I don't care, you see my times. I mean, you see my times on YouTube regardless, right? And you make fun of me for it. But like, you have my times, you have everything I do in the day, and I'm not ashamed of it. Like, it's important to know that you put the work in. Like, you shouldn't be ashamed of the times you get. And so if you jump on the programming, you see all that. And so it's kind of... It's kind of my sales pitch. I forgot to say that before my audio came in. It's kind of my sales pitch from Midwest Made. If you got any questions, let me know. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate you guys hanging out. We'll talk to you guys later. See ya.